help them, we can advise them by giving them the human life, become a human life advisor. So human life advisor is the position that all of us should aim for, regardless of your industry. Okay. For example, you work in the beauty industry. If you become the beauty advisor, right, and you have the awareness about health, about beauty, but if you're unable to help them in terms of inner being, in terms of mental health, you're unable to help them to understand about nutrition or taking care of their own physical body, then all of the solution about the solution you can give them with their body is only the outside. Okay. And anyone who work in the health industry, they understand that mental health affects people significantly. So mental health, social health affects a person's health significantly. So if you only work in the health industry and only focus in health, then you might not be able to give them the real values in life. Okay. So therefore, if you already work in that industry, then becomes the human life advisor. Okay. Regarding family relationships, people relationship, people just say negative thing to you, they just swear at you. You might not be able to sleep. You worrying about it. It gave you headache. Right? Just a saying from your family member or enough to give you a headache or a headache. And some people feel hurt, feel so painful, so they always feel that they are hurt all the time. So it doesn't matter what solution they search for, it's only temporary. Okay? Because deep inside, in the long term, they need a human life advisor who advise them in their health, relationships. And some people, they have a headache because of money. And you tell them to take vitamin B, anything like that. It's just temporary solution. Okay, you need to give them the awareness of money. And we aiming to become the person who can advise people in their human life in all four aspects. And this career choice is the 1+1 1+1 career wise. So what career you follow right now, you are doing right now, okay, you add in the human life advisors as an extra. So you basically non-materialize yourself. Okay. So when you non-materialize yourself, you bring the seed of 9 types of people and bring them into flourishment, and they will start growing. And later on, the career, the vocations of the human life advisor is the accumulated vocation. So the more you are working on this path, the more people you can help. Obviously, sometimes this accumulation part take time. It depends on your mentality. Okay, it take long time or short time is like in your inner state. Okay, but you can also accumulate experience and reality as much as the people who has lived for 10,000 years. Do you understand? The participant said, yes, I understand, and I have just went back home from Switzerland, and my staff told me that, okay, I've had so much headache because my client told me that I am a thief. And that saying hurt her. And she said that she didn't do anything like that, but she get entangled with that saying, and that is between the relationship between herself and her client, and herself and her staff. And majorities of the business owner need to be advised to solve these problems. And secondly, relating to health, most people ask me that how can I be able to work every day like you, 8,000 steps, 10,000 steps. I don't have enough time to eat or to work. How can I find time to work? So those are the questions that the business owner often ask me. So today, thank you ever so much, teacher, giving me the new terms, the new concept of human life advisor. Thank you ever so much. Okay, so we advise people holistically, because one day in our Zoom, I know that there's so many of you already have a high quadrants of living already, and you know, when we sit down and talk to those people, what do we talk about? We are unable to talk about business anymore, but we will talk about human life, talk about how to use money in human life, because all the money we make is to serve humanity, right? So if you talk about, you have the vision of human life advisor, you talk about health, talk about inner being, then you'll be able to help them for real. Because those people, they don't need you to tell them anything about finances anymore, because they're already good at it. They already be the leader of that area. They are good in doing business already. But you have other aspects, other area that you can help them, advise them. And you don't need to be above them or anything. Okay, the advisor is not above people, on top of people. Okay, we don't care about our position in life, our fame, our status. Okay, obviously, if you have the roles and the position, then it's good. But otherwise, you are the human life advisor. You inside of yourself, and wherever you go, you have the confidence to serve people. So, human life advisor, what is that different from the inner being consulting and coaching specialist? So, inner being coaching consulting specialist is the beginning to reach human life advisor. Okay, because we all, I want you all to aim to become the holistic specialist, holistic specialist, and you'll be able to advise people in 4 areas, and then when you do that, you can help people holistically. And in your path of a mentor program, right, you'll be able to learn about finances as well, right? So at lunch time, the last few days, you have been learning with cô Quế Minh. So how's it going? How's it going? Is the lessons good? You learn about marriage, awareness of marriage, which taught by cô Quế Minh. They are great, right? No one say anything. Okay, coordinate with me, everyone. You need to know how to coordinate when I fast, right? So someone said that after the class, I want to have a chance now. So thầy Nhật Anh said, cô Minh, she is the person who have holistic reality in the human life, because she started at the negative point in all areas of life. Okay, and her health back then is so bad. Okay, she's at the beginning she didn't know how to take care of her health well-being, and since she met the teacher until now, she has achieved the Ironman competition, medal. Okay, and back then, okay, if you talk about husband, she ran away. Okay, she disappeared. She never ever talk about marriage. It's very negative when you talk about marriage with her. But now she had the realities of harmonious marriage, and also in finances. From the person who didn't care about finance, up until now, I don't know what does she have, but her awareness in finances had changed significantly, and she also doing certain business right now related to inner being, and also relationships, right? Relationship, this topic, if Coleman share with you, she have reality about it, because she have so much reality in relationships, and awareness of people. In the past, she's scared of meeting people. She liked to live in isolation. Okay, even myself in the past, I love isolation. I didn't want to meet people at all, and Goldman was like that. And then in Mentor, our master told her that she needs to content 10,000 people, and the master said, I might not remember all of them. I removed the image and who they are, but you need to content 10,000 people and remember who they are. So from the person who didn't like to meet people, and then the teachers give her the roles or the responsibility to content 10,000 people. Now she see people have no problems, and now she's the person who is the human life advisor now. Therefore, in our path, the mentor is the beginning journey. So at one time, we cannot give you all the areas of life and push them to the max. Okay? But you know that at the moment we are building the foundation. Okay, so because in the inner being class, we start to build up the foundation. But obviously, you also be able to learn about health, right? You have the awareness of physical health. We have the classes that help you to improve your health, and you can learn in any classes in our environment which also help you to be better in your health. From all the teachers in Tâm Y Dung, they're going to give you the great awareness of your health, until any of our teachers in our organization, from the teachers in inner core programs, and all the teachers who teach IBT to the environment where people like to be active. Cô Diễm, thầy Thịnh group, thầy Thắng, cô Lộc, who help Iron Wit. So they will give you the sufficient reality and sufficient awareness. Thầy Tuần, thầy Túy, thầy Tuấn. So those are the teachers who help us improve our well-being significantly. And the IBT, the internal body transformation, is the foundation class, right? So Thầy Sơn was helping us, and then it's generated into many different class, different activity. So we have 4 areas of life, health, which we are currently cultivating right now. So you can see the vision here, can you? So you learn about inner being, right? You become the inner being coaching, consulting specialist, and then you nurture your health. Okay? You nurture your health. Okay? and then you also learn about awareness in the people. Okay, so we this is the beginning of relationships, and then we will have many journey for you to learn about relationships in marriage, relationships in family, and relationships in business, right? So we haven't, it's not like we don't want to talk about those things yet, but because if you do not have the inner being foundation, then whatever we talk, it doesn't have any meaning at all. Okay, so you need to build the foundation properly, and then later on when you continue with master, grandmaster, those are the program to nurture the holistic expert who immerse themselves in inner being. And remember that the foundation is inner being. You need to immerse yourself in it. Okay, and then later on, a year later, you can be better at health, and then after building up health and relationships, we reach the business. So on the top, right? Finance the business. So the 8-week group, the 8-week group is the communities where people are trained to become the business leaders, consulting expert. And so we are not the person who can advise people in inner being, okay? Because if people have a headache, right, and you're telling people to stay in inner peace, to be tolerant, they cannot live in inner peace. And tolerance is something very far away, because as soon as you see someone you don't like, you hate them already. You have a headache and your blood got stuck in your vein, okay? And those health problems happening inside of you, so we are unable to stay in inner peace. And that's why you need to help people to raise their awareness, expand their awareness in health, okay? And once their health already got good, then you can go back to talk to them about inner being. So the journey, the path that we are sharing with other people is the path to train them to become a human life advisor. So this is the vision that we aim for. And Thầy Tân Carol, he's helping you all to run. He has a running group, right? And anyone else? Go. Bảo Ngọc, she's working she's creating the ecosystems, okay, in the car. Cô Diễm, thầy Sơn, internal body transformation. He is the leader that helping people in the health, the foundational health, right? So all the teachers in Tâm Y Dung, the students said thầy Thống, okay, and thầy Thống, his position is not helping you in swimming, okay. Thầy Thắng, cô Lộc are the people who help thầy Tú, thầy Tuấn, okay. There's thầy Tuấn is the leaders, okay, and all the teachers work with thầy Tuấn, thầy Tú, thầy Tí, thầy Thắng, cô Lộc, thầy Phương, thầy Nhân, okay. So they all started from the IBT classes, okay, and have the has been led by Thầy Sơn, and now they generate into a different aspects of health. Cô Nhân, she is also from the foundational classes. So many mental, So we are aiming to become the human life advisor. Human life advisor is the holistic course, and at the moment we are helping you, okay, to start it from inner being, but also health attached with it, relationship attached with it as well. And currently we have a different class to talk about different aspects, different areas, and also business, right? Is you are learning in this journey, in this path as well. And we aim you to later on aim to participate in the master class. And the more you immerse yourself in this knowledge, the more you become sharp and have a deep comprehension of this knowledge. And we are dreaming about programs later on. Okay, there be no mentor or mentor program, but it will be the journey of a committee to nurture a person to become the holistic expert in life, okay? To become the human life advisor, human life holistic human life advisor who are master in all 4 aspects of life. At the moment, we do not have enough resources to do that yet, not power to do that, resource to do that. Okay, so we focus on inner being, but we do not let go of other areas. So over time, the seed that sow in you will grow, become a big plant. Okay. So do you see that when you become the human life advisor holistically, then the value that you create for society is great. Yeah, it's large, it's huge. The value that you create for society is very comprehensive. Okay. So human life advisors is built upon the foundation of human life knowledge. The foundation is human life knowledge. So we use human life knowledge as the foundation to become the human life advisor. So the person who immerse themselves in human life knowledge will become the human life advisor who serve humanity, and that person will be fulfilled in all aspects of life. Maybe in the short term you don't see any results yet because you didn't have anything at the start. Okay. But over time, then you will grow and mature. But obviously, whoever already have a good start at the beginning, already have reality, then you will be raised to the higher frequency. And whoever have aligned with your frequency, resonant with your frequency, you can help them, you can serve them. Is that okay? So human life advisors is the programs that worth for us to pursue. You can learn this anywhere, right? This knowledge, okay, is not limited by a class, by a course, or by an organization. If any when you see someone have the reality in their health, then you will receive that reality, and then you going to nurture yourself in that aspect. And once you observe the reality and knowledge, then you observe the reality, the knowledge, and nurture your awareness, okay, to become bigger and bigger. So at the moment, which provide all the products, the intelligence products that which provide is the complete journey, okay, but in all aspects, okay, but if it's not with, then you can learn from other organization, okay, and at which we have the responsibility to give you the foundation, the complete foundation in of knowledge in human life. And so we're talking about 4 in 1, 4 wise people in one. So you become a 4 human life advisor in one. Okay. Do you want to hear more about another vision? Another vision we aim for further in the future. Okay. So let's talk about it. So you can have a greater vision. So you can overcome your current vision. Yeah. So this I talk about this to Master 5 earlier, and only Master 5 know about this. So you are the 4 in 1, but you need to become 5 in 1. 5 in 1. That is with you are the inner being, health, relationships, finances advisor, right? Business advisor, right? So you are 4 in 1. So we talk about the with home, and now we started to do something else. That means we turn all of those into English. And the 5th one is language, and you become the person who have the reality in holistic language. Okay, started with English, and then we aim to achieve to become person who can speak 10 languages. So you started with English, and then immediately when you stepped into the world, the global, the world, you become a global expert, holistically global expert, global holistic expert. So my trip to Australia recently to attend the economic forum, I've been invited to talk in the forum, in the economic forum, and lucky for me that I know English, so I can share English back then. So luckily for me that in the past I had time to accumulate it in English, so I've take all of the aspects that we have to share them in English in 8 minutes. And I managed to share that with all of the leaders, the world leaders. Okay, so with you, if you have a chance to do that, what will you say? What will you say? So that is the questions that has been given to Master 1 and Master 2 that our master have asked them. Our teacher has asked them, because once you reach master level, then you have 5 minutes to talk, and that's 5 minutes will determine your life, your survival, So that is the 5 minutes of the last of the final test. Okay. And some people only be given 2 minutes. So those few minutes determine the survival of a master. And Cô Hồng Vân said that her test is only lasts for 1 minute. Okay, so 1 minute, the moment you step on stage, you already passed or failed. So you only have few minutes to determine your life, your survival, right? So if So one time, the teacher or the master told us that if you have 5 minutes to talk to all the global leader, then what would you tell them? So back then, I thought that, it's going to be so long until I can be able to do that. But once it came unexpectedly, life has so many opportunities unexpectedly happened, and I had an opportunity to share for 7 minutes. 7 minutes. So they allow me 7 minutes, but eventually I speak for 8 minutes, and I pick the topic. I select the topic inner peace, inner truth, to talk to all the global leader in order to help people to achieve inner peace in their life. And because at that forum, people talk about how to help people, especially women, to have a better life. So I take the topic of inner being to talk to them, and I told them that there's so many ways to pursue happiness. But the lasting happiness that comes from inside of us, come from our inner being. So a person who can be happy means that they need to have the inner being inside of themselves, and which means they're not going to search for it from the outside, and they will look back inside themselves, and that already exists inside of us for thousands of years. And if we look inside, then immediately at that moment we have the inner peace. And then I asked them, do you want to have inner peace right now? I can help you to achieve that. I can help you to receive that. I can help one of you in here to be inner peace and happiness immediately. And then I start to talk about inner truth, the inner emptiness, the will to hear, the will to see, the will to talk, the will to know. And then at that moment, the whole the room immediately receive inner peace. Everyone in that room. So I didn't talk about anything granted. I just bring the human life knowledge that all of us have it, but all of us have it, and I conclude them, I summarize them, and I take the pieces in our knowledge, the most valuable knowledge in our knowledge, and translate them into English and share with them. So we become the person who is 5 in 1. Okay, so all the master currently aim to become the person who 5 in 1, and the committee to nurture the comprehension expert. Okay, they're going to help us to become the person who has 5 in 1. So the number 5, that is EWIT currently represented. So EWIT currently is helping people to do that. Okay, so EWIT, so all the teachers in EWIT, they are doing that right now. Okay, they EWIT, they are mentor. So normally in Vietnamese they said mentor. That's how Vietnamese pronounce. So on the mentor, they turned this knowledge into English, and all the teachers who turn this knowledge into English and help everyone who wants to speak this knowledge in English. So if they can consult and coach people with using this knowledge in English, that is great. So whoever want to pick, whoever select the human life knowledge, become your philosophy in life, be philosophy to educate your children, philosophy to do business, then you should turn this knowledge into English. And that is the final pieces, the final puzzle, the 5th puzzle in our big pictures. So eventually all of our programs will become better. So with health, all the master Tommy Jung has compiled them right now, and they are doing all of the programs. Later on, if they summarize them and compact them and share, okay, so they will give everyone the journey to train everyone. So with the group To Be Lover, all the teachers currently prepare the programs for programs of 100 days to help people to build up their source concept in marriage. Okay, so we're talking about the formula, the principle, the laws in marriage and family. So they go into in the past I've organized, I had share a class named Mentor Family, and it stopped back then, but in the future you're gonna have a different class about awareness in human relationships. And currently the group A with Cô Helen Tanthaus is the leader right now. She is helping us to understanding about business. So our organization is divided right now, but doesn't, whichever area that you are right now, you still being trained holistically. For example, as inner being consulting and coaching specialist, you've been trained in English, in health, in relationships, okay, in finances, right? And especially in English, I heard that all of you has been learning English very good. So one day, all of us, when we combine all of these, maybe in few years in the future, when you combine all of these when we combine all of these together and apply it in one person, then that person will become the human life advisor. Okay, and that is what we're aiming to achieve. So do you see that? Okay, if you become a holistic human life advisor, then wherever you go in this world, okay, then the people welcome you. If you are suitable with family educator, then you also have the other 4 people behind you to support you, right? And just like whatever you do right now, we have the connection, the deep connection with the wise person in language, the wise person in health, the wise person in relationships, the wise person in finances. They are behind us and support us from the back. Okay, and whoever felt themselves suitable with a family educator, they still have the 4 others people support them from the back, and who are suitable with the human life knowledge, then we become the inner being coaching consulting specialist. So you will talk about inner being, but obviously if you are master, which you are not just talking about inner being, but you also have the 4 aspects, other people who work in 4 aspects also behind you. So you may focus on the surface, people may look at you as the master in health, okay, but also behind you, you have the 4 areas master also behind you to support you, okay, in health, relationships, finances, languages behind you and support you. And doesn't matter what occupation you do, you still be able to pursue the occupation of human life advisor. whatever field you are in, you be able to follow the human life advisor. And we're going to have the holistic mentor and comprehend all capable expert. So currently in Vietnamese, Nhật Anh haven't thought about how do you call it in English. So this word we kind of like translate to it, but in Vietnam, in Vietnamese they haven't talked about picking the English word just yet. So do you have comprehend pictures, comprehend visions? Okay. You have the bigger picture, bigger visions to become the human life advisor. Just like bé Thục. So you become the person in family, but you can advise people in health, in relationships, in marriage, in business and finances if possible, and advise them in languages as well. So when you go to Singapore, people said that you speak English so good, right? So you can become those advisors to people. Therefore, let's become the wise person. The wise, okay. So who is the human life advisor? Who are they in this nice types of people? Human life advisor, who are they in these 9 types of people? Okay, what do you think? What do you think? They are the helper? Could they be the helper? Could they be the helper? Yes, right? Because the people need help, then you always have the heart to help other people. So when they need it, you immediately become their helper. And could you become their prosper? Yes, right? Could you be able to connect them? Could become the connector to connect them? Yes, right? Okay. And could you become their talent asset to shoulder for them? Could you become the master? Yes, right? Because you have 5 in 1, right? 5 in 1 that's cover all areas of life. You just need the path, right? Just need the road, just need where to go. So you just to become the master, you just need to have the big dream, big vision that other people want to follow. Okay, and you accept to lead others. Then you become you have a chance to become people master. Okay, and the mentor, yes, and the expert. Can you become an expert? Yes, right. Because we are the inner being consulting specialist, right? So that is a high level of expert. And the enlightened, could we become the enlightened? The moment that you learn the knowledge, you'll be able to help people to awaken their wisdom already. So if you nurture their wisdom, they'll be able to awaken their wisdom. And you know a certain knowledge, a little knowledge about cosmology, cosmological view. Okay, so you become the enlightened, and you are the wise person. You so position yourself to become the wise and the enlightened. Then immediately you become the 9 people in one. 9 people in one, and that is when you become the human life advisor. Right, so later on when you evolve, or now you already have the seed to become. Okay, everyone answered that now we already have the seed. And teacher Nhật Anh, thầy Nhật Anh also have the tree bear fruit yet? Do we have the plant yet? So that seed become a plant. Has that fruit become the plant? And the answer is yes. So that's plant, that seed become a sampling now, and it depends on the areas, the aspect that you follow, but it's already start to grow, right? So we need to have so I need to talk about this, so you do not ignore other areas such as health, relationships, and finances, right? Because otherwise it will be a waste of your effort. Because sooner or later, as soon as we live in this human life, we need to have the fulfilled awareness in human life. Okay, we need to have fulfilled awareness in all 4 aspects of life. Sooner or later, one day we need to have a fulfilled awareness of in health, in relationships, in inner being, in finances. So sooner or later we have to nurture ourselves in these 4 areas, and then we're adding more in a certain competency, adding more ability on top. But at least you have the foundation of the 4 areas in life, and that is when we sow the seed. So now we start nurturing ourselves. Some of you already is become the big tree, the great tree already. So that is great. Okay, in certain aspect. Now you just need to nurture yourself in the other part and other areas, and then you can go and serve people. You serve yourself and you serve other people. Right. So the seed in you that's already grow to become a small tree already. Yes. So we already have the tree. Okay. So we don't have to wait until later to become. You don't have to waiting for time in order to become, to evolve. But now you're already that person. You're already the human life advisor from this moment. And I'll be sure with you, you are this person already. You are the human life advisor. And if anyone here is strong enough to position yourself, position you can select your position in branding, then you going to mature quicker. Just like Vũ Phương, she positioned herself as the advisor for the business, for the business leader. Okay, and so after she advised the leader, then that leader will want her to help the company, the staff as well. But some of you've positioned yourself as the advisor for all the teachers. Okay, teachers. So then you move into education, right? And some of you position yourself as the advisor for the pregnant woman. And some of you position yourself as the advisor advisor in children. So you choose the position you want, and but we know that human life advisors is inside all of us, and we can become these 9 types of people. Right. So that is the wise. The wise, that it should become the wise. So how do we treat our treat the wise, right? How do we treat the wise? We already identified that these are the person who give us a perspective, a lesson, an understanding from which our awareness stands about emerging adversities, right? So now, how do we respond to them? How do we treat them? How do we respond to them? How do we respond to our wise person? Do you give them presents? Do you give them present? You give the wise person present? So the wise, whoever we want to respond to treat them, then we need to look and see what do they need the most, right? So if they are very poor, as only the wise person, right? They do not need us to give them anything, return them anything. They do not respect that. But what they want to see is they want to see many people receive that lessons. If we can bring that lessons, share it to many other people, pass it on. And we tell the wise that because of you, because of your guidance, that now I go and help other people, and they have transformed, they have changed their life. So I'm honoring and gratitude the opportunity to go to help other people. So if we can do that and tell them that, then they will be very happy, because what they need the most, is their lessons to be able to pass on. They want to see that. Anyone here, you support someone and you give them a perspective, a lesson, or an advice, and then later on that person text you or went back to you and said to them, or you know that from the moment that you give them guidance, right, they go and help so many other people. So if you heard that, would you be happy? Would you be happy? Would you be joyful to hear that? Right? Yes, definitely, right? We are very happy because now you see that so many people have improved their life. So you are happy. So that is the wise. That is the wise person. They needed that. So to respond to the wise, we have the saying. Recognize fortune, okay, honor fortune, and create fortune. Okay, recognize fortune, honor fortune, create fortune. So it's like you go and fill up the hole on the road, right? And you see that people go past it without any accident. You feel happy about it. So recognize fortune, which means you know that you have been helped, right, by you have been upon the wise by the wise, and then you pass it on for many people. Okay, then that means you are creating fortune for the wise, because they pass that light to you, and then you pass that light for so many people. Then that's flow of that light going to come back to the wise, and that is the deepest respect we can give to the wise. Okay, so that is how you respond to the wise, how you treat the wise. Okay, so fortune are blessings. Fortunes are blessings. Okay, fortune are blessings, are lucky. Okay, So, recognize fortune, earn a fortune, and create fortune. Chị Trịnh Thị Thảo, you raise your hand to speak. And someone asks, what is recognized fortune? Okay, recognized fortune means we know that we have fortune. We know that we feel lucky because someone had pawned us the way. Okay, and then you create fortune by share the lessons that has been given by the wise to us. Okay. Okay. The participant said, "Thank you ever so much for calling my name. My number is 6044 from 304 house. And when I joined the organization, I feel